How's it going, everyone? Daniel Rodriguez here. It's time to review another movie. Today I'm going to be reviewing Elvis and Nixon, which stars Kevin Spacey and Michael Shannon. Real quick, man, this movie, there's been a few complaints, and I could see where it comes from, as in Michael Shannon does not look like Elvis, and Kevin Spacey, they do good impressions of it, man. They really do the impressions of how they do it, but Kevin Spacey, little parts of him look a little bit like Nixon, just a little bit, the cheeks and everything. And their impressions are amazing on how they do it because they're not trying to actually copy Nixon and Elvis. They're trying to do their own thing. I mean, mind you, there's a lot of people, you could have picked someone that looked like Elvis, but that you could pick 1,000 of them in Las Vegas that do Elvis impressions, sure. But they picked actors, real thespians, Michael Shannon and Kevin Spacey, dude. It's not just about the looks, it's about the talent, and they can pull this off, man. And they're great. You picked the two best actors, man, and definitely the way they portrayed the characters was just the reason why I even went to go see this movie. This is a non-spoiler review. I'm not going to spoil nothing. I'm just going to give you the good stuff, the pros, the cons, the bad stuff, tell you my final score, and tell you whether or not you should go check this out in your theaters, whether it's still there, you're watching this down the road, maybe watch it on rental, or just maybe never see this movie at all. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here's my non-spoiler review for Elvis and Nixon. First off on the pros, man, Michael Shannon and Kevin Spacey. They were so fantastic. And mind you, Michael Shannon does do a lot of movies that don't end up being either good or they don't end up making sense, and he is a great actor, and he's fantastic in every role he does, but sometimes the movies he picks are sometimes like little stinkers. And Kevin Spacey, man, always amazing. House of Cards, lovely actor. He's been around for a long time. He's one of the best of impressions of anybody, man. He can do a lot of impressions. Now, let me tell you, the way they played Elvis and Nixon, it was so good for me. I enjoyed their role, and I know a lot of people, again, like, it's the looks, they don't look like it. Okay, it's, still, the way that they ended up playing the characters and the way that they meet each other and the chemistry, the way that goes on, bouncing off of each other, it is fun, it's interesting, and it's pretty damn cool to see how it goes down. I love these actors, man, and again, it's one of the reasons why I went to go see the movie, and I left, I didn't leave saying, oh, that was an amazing movie, it was a great movie, because it's not a great movie, and it's not a really good movie, but it is a movie where Kevin Spacey and Michael Shannon just get to go at it, dude, and seeing these two actors together in a room, Kevin Spacey, and this ain't, I'm not trying to be one of them, Kevin Spacey basically is in the Oval Office the entire movie, basically. And, basically they go over Elvis and he's going around places, and the way that Michael Shannon plays him, man, I love it because he adds, it's a comedy, man, he adds comedic stuff to it, and I know karate, and, he's going at it and everything, and I love the way that the costume and the design and the look and the wig and everything about it. I just love the whole way the camera followed the character, and they made Elvis look like a badass dude. I listened to some Elvis after the movie, and I was like, I love Suspicious Minds, and I just listened to that, and I was singing along, and the way Elvis was like, yeah, and he was just like going at it, dude. I love the way he moved and how he moved his hips and everything. It was so fantastic about it. And Michael Shannon did do a good job in my eyes. Kevin Spacey did an awesome job in my eyes. I love them, and they did a fantastic job. Definitely worth watching to see does those two actors talk to each other. And one last thing on the pros, they did show some footage, like the real photo of Elvis and Nixon, and then they showed a little footage of the 70s or the look around how the area, late 60s, on how Washington, D.C. looked or certain things like that. So just little implements or little footage of that in there. So I thought that was really interesting to see, like almost like a TV show, like, all right, we're heading over to your house, show footage of the city or something, or like of a monument, and then that goes back to the film. I thought that was pretty cool. Now on to the cons. It's not all that funny. And for a comedy, that's really sad for me because I wanted this movie to be hilarious, and it's not, I laughed a few times, but I didn't, for a comedy, I didn't laugh as much as I felt I should have. Yeah, sure, Elvis does a few little things every now and then that, makes you smile. Nixon definitely has a few things that make you smile, but nothing where I laughed out, bursting of laughing or anything like that, really. Maybe one or two of those, And it really, just the whole movie itself, for an hour and 26 minutes, it's really not the most funniest comedy ever. It really doesn't, it's just Nixon and Elvis, and, you know, even then, it literally takes 50 minutes or 55 minutes, almost an hour, just to have Elvis and Nixon talk. And mind you, it's an hour and 26 minutes, and it took them maybe 20 minutes of just talking, and yep, that's it. We've been waiting that long to talk to 20, 50 minutes. Mind you, the one scene where Elvis and Nixon are actually talking is the most best scene out of the whole film, but it still took that long, dragging it out to make it. This movie could have been a short film for 30 minutes long, but they dragged it out all the way for an hour and 26 minutes, man, making it as short as possible. Alex Pettyfer, or I know I butchered his name, man, but he was one of the strippers in Magic Mike, dude. He was really good in there. He was a really cool guy. But Alex Pettyfer, I don't know if he said his name right, but he has a subplot. He's Elvis's right-hand man, Elvis's best friend, which he's pretty young to be Elvis's best friend, but all right. You know, definitely his subplot didn't work, and they did it to the end and everything, and like they just didn't go much. Like, I gotta go visit my girlfriend and everything. And Elvis is like, oh, that's cool, man, that's cool, but you should stay. Like, Elvis is like selfish and like, stay here, man. You're not gonna want to watch me get my badge and everything, like all that sort of thing, like that. And it's sort of, you know, like he's trying to get, like, they're trying to do this whole subplot with him. It just doesn't work out, and even towards the end of the movie, you're kind of like, okay, he's an alright character, Alex Pettyfer, but when it goes to the subplot of his girlfriend and meeting the parents and everything, that just kind of withers away in the movie. Also, a little nitpicking here, the not subtitles, but the text, like it says, you know, Washington, D.C., or like the little text at the bottom, I'm nitpicking here, I'm not taking points off for that, but it does go really quick where you're kind of like, well, you're showing me too much stuff, like, this is this person, that's that person, and it goes real quick where you just kind of, you couldn't really see it, or even at the end of the movie where it says, this character did this after that, and then it kind of just like, it lasts like 7 seconds and then it's gone. You couldn't even read the whole paragraph, like, it went that fast. Also, the editing in this movie. Now, it's not like it's Amazon Studios, but it wasn't the worst editing I've seen. But there are a few scenes where like a character is in the background, and then the next scene he's like way over here, you know, doing something. Like the editing of how the different takes were done. There are some editing problems in this movie, which was, I had to give a, you know, thumbs down for that. A little bit, you know, I know many people are not like, well, that's got good editing, or I'm not going. It's about the film itself and the story and the acting and all that and how that intertwines. But for editing wise, it's okay. I mean, it's not bad editing throughout the whole movie, but it's just okay. Next is the ending. The ending was just, I didn't like the ending. It left a bad taste in my mouth when I walked out. Like, it was an okay movie, man. I enjoyed Kevin Spacey and Michael Shannon. Those were the best two things out of the movie, and them talking to each other. Other than that, the ending, the way that it just abruptly ended, it literally abruptly ended. Like it just ended. The movie just ended, and I was like, wait, that's it? Because usually you could tell when a movie's going to end, like, okay, this is the last 20 minutes. This is the last 30 minutes. We're probably the last 10 minutes. Nope, just, it ended, and I'm like, oh, well, it ended? Really? Is it like, oh, okay, I'm alright. And then we walk out of the theater, alright, okay, alright, cool beans, you know, alright, cool beans, man. Basically, that's how it felt. And then there were other characters in this movie that just, there was Evan Peters and Tom Hanks' son, I believe his name is Colin Hanks or something. Mind you, he's a really good actor. Both are really okay or good actors, you know. I liked him in Fargo, Colin Hanks. But the other characters, they were just kind of there to be there and kind of add a little comedic or add a little something there every now and then. Johnny Knoxville was in this movie. Nothing against Johnny Knoxville, but he really didn't need to be in this movie whatsoever. And there's no point for him being in this movie. But the other characters are just sideline, whatever, kind of there. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm going to be giving Elvis and Nixon a 6.5 out of a 10. I thought it was an okay movie. It's not a really good movie or great movie, but it definitely is a movie worth watching. Not in theaters, but on rental. I would say wait for rental, pay $1 for this, and then take it back, man. It's not a bad movie, but it's just okay. It's not great. It's not nothing special to go run down. And it only lasted a week in my theaters. It's already gone. So if it's in your theaters, Kevin Spacey and Michael Shannon share one scene really together, and it's maybe 20 minutes long, 15 minutes long, maybe, and that's about it. So Your decision, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope all of you enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and share. And if you really enjoyed the review, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well. Facebook page down below, all that good stuff there. Make sure to check out my other movie reviews, always coming weekly. Until next time, have a great day. Bye-bye.